We've looked at VMware virtual machines and how to create them and host them with VMware ESXi host hypervisor servers and vCenter. But how do you get those virtual machines out to the network? In this diagram, it shows how VMware offers virtual networking to connect to the physical network. This line separates the physical network from the virtual network. Each one of these squares, this large square here, represents an ESXi hypervisor server, or VMware virtualization server. So you have a virtualization server here, and another virtualization server here. Now, this server has two network adapters, or NICs, that connect out to the physical network. You have Ethernet cables plugging into, let's say, this gigabit Ethernet card on your physical server, and there's two of them, and this server has two of them. Now, how do we connect from that physical network card to our VMs? In VMware, it's done through virtual networking using vSwitches. This is a virtual switch which you can create in your ESXi server. You can create virtual switches and delete them and then configure them with advanced capabilities just like an actual switch. So here, this virtual switch connects to the physical network cards. And this virtual switch has different port groups. And then we can see here port group A, B, C, D, and E. And these port groups connect to the virtual machines and their virtual network interface cards or network adapters. So you can see this virtual machine here has a virtual network card which connects to port group A on the virtual switch, which in turn connects out to the physical network cards on the switch and then out to the physical network. This virtual machine has two virtual NICs that connect to port group C on the virtual switch and then out through the physical network adapters, the gigabit Ethernet ports on the server out to the physical network. Now, VMware virtual switching has advanced capabilities. You can take those virtual switch port groups and assign them to VLANs. So you can have a VLAN 2, a VLAN 3, and a VLAN 4 all assigned to the switch ports in a port group and then connect out to a physical switch. And the physical switch can also be configured with VLANs on the switch ports or trunks, whatever you need in your network. In this case, this physical switch connects to the router, which connects to the internet, and this physical switch connects to our VMware servers, and the VMware servers have the virtual switches configured, the ports, in separate VLANs. This keeps the virtual machines segmented from one another in separate networks. Let's see how this works in NDG's NetLab. I'm logged into NetLab by NDG, and I've just finished a VMware virtual networking lab. Let's connect into the client computer and then connect to the vCenter and take a look at some of the virtual networking capabilities that you can work with. I have a web browser connection from my vClient to the vCenter server. You can see here I'm already logged in. I just finished a lab in NetLab on networking. If we click on hosts and clusters, we'll take a quick look at some of the things that I was playing with. So here is our vCenter. We have a cluster of two ESXi hypervisor servers. They've been clustered together, and we have two virtual machines. Now, if we look at ESXi 1, we can see the virtual networking. You can see under Manage, I've already clicked Networking, and we've got virtual switches here. Under virtual switches, there is vSwitch 0, vSwitch 1, and vSwitch 2. These are three virtual switches that exist on ESXi 1. Virtual switch 0, if I select it, has a virtual machine connected through the VM network, and this virtual machine basically connects through this ESXi host out to the physical network through the physical adapter right here. Under vSwitch 1, you can see that the VM kernel, we have a VM kernel for management, so we have management access to the ESXi server. And under vSwitch 2 is a new virtual switch that I created, but I didn't do anything with it. So you can see here that this virtual switch has 0 virtual machines and no physical adapters connected to it yet, so it would need to be configured. So vSwitch 0, which has the management network and the VM network and the physical adapters connected that connect us out from the server to the physical network. And Virtual Switch 1, which has VM kernel management network set up and no physical adapters. And then vSwitch 2, which does not set up yet at all. Also, if I scroll to the top, you can see that the lab included creating a distributed virtual switch. A distributed virtual switch is a virtual switch that you can create at the cluster level, and the distributed virtual switch will act as a switch for both ESXi servers. Let's take a look at that. To see that, I'll click on Home, and then I'll click on vCenter Inventory List, and down here at the bottom you can see distributed switches. If I click on that, you can see that in the lab I was tasked to create a distributed virtual switch, and here it is. Now I'll click here, and you can see that the distributed virtual switch has two host servers, ESXi 1 and ESXi 2. It has access or is connected to the two virtual machines, and it has a distributed port group, or port group that you can use for individual ports to connect to the virtual machines, as well as an uplink port group that will connect out to the physical network. So if we click on this distributed switch, and then we can look at some of the properties here. So we'll go to Properties, and you can see distributed switch. It's a VMware version 6.0 distributed switch. Right now the number of ports is 10. Notice that it has a maximum transmission unit size. It uses the Cisco Discovery Protocol, CDP. And if we go to the topology, you can see there's our distributed port group with two virtual machines connected. There's the virtual machines and the ports, the virtual switch ports that they're connected to on the distributed virtual switch, and that they connect out to the uplink port, which connects out to the two physical network adapters. So they connect out to the network. Notice that this distributed virtual switch has some pretty advanced capabilities that we could configure if we want. LACP, or Link Aggregation Control Protocol. This is used for setting up Ether channel and teaming or creating port groups of multiple ports acting as one. Private VLANs, if you want to create private VLANs so that your virtual machines can't talk to one another, if you need them to be on separate networks and have security between the virtual machines. NetFlow. NetFlow is used if you want to monitor the traffic coming in and out of one of these virtual switch ports and then send that traffic to a NetFlow collector to collect information about the types of traffic going across your network. Who are the biggest talkers on your network? Which IP addresses are doing the most talking? Which protocols or services are going across your interfaces? This could help you to establish baselines of performance and detect network anomalies. You can also set up port mirroring if you want to clone all the traffic from one port and send it to another port to, let's say, an intrusion detection system. And then health check. So you have all of these capabilities built right in.